Hey everybody, welcome to the Extra Flick Show. I'm Sean, and they just dropped a new trailer for Spider-Noir, which is a spin-off from the Spider-Verse movies. This show has been on a lot of radars for a while now because they got Nicolas Cage to go ahead and reprise his role from the movies in a show. And I'm not sure that that's something anybody ever thought would have happened at first, but Spider-Noir was a huge fan favorite in the movies. You know, his whole thing with the Rubik's Cube. And I mean, I say movies. In the second one, he was just at the very end coming back to help. Mostly his appearance was just in the first movie. But I'm really interested in seeing how they're going to handle this. I know it's supposed to be a dark, gritty film noir, thus the name, type setting in black and white. And after watching the black and white Doorman episode in the Wonder Man series, I'm kind of itching for a little more, to be honest. I have no idea how they're going to handle this show. I mean, Spider-Noir has a very different backstory from Peter Parker. I don't remember how much of that they got into in the first movie, but I do know that I think he gets his powers from a talisman or something like that. I'm not sure if that's how they're doing it in the show. So we'll see, but I'm excited to see what this is going to be all about. I'm curious to see how much they're going to show us. And the big question looming for a lot of us is, will the Rubik's Cube make a reappearance in color? These are the questions that matter. Let's watch and find out.
Tell me why.
You already know how it ends.
Yeah.
Well, then
Oh, it looks so cool.
start from the beginning.
All right.
Ticks. Thoughts. Impulses. I manage to suppress them. Most of the time.
What's going on, Ben?
Wait, what the hell happened to him?
I beat up some guys in a bar.
Yeah, I bet.
And I got plastered.
Whoa.
What are you thinking about over there?
Bit of an existential crisis, if I'm honest.
Struck a nerve, huh?
I love this. It's just, oh man. Visually, so cool. Oh, yes! All right. Oh, you can watch it in color too. Okay. Yeah, that's a choice. Wow. Okay, so that looks pretty exciting to me. I don't know. I think they couldn't have picked a better guy to be Spider-Noir because, you know, he's very eccentric and dramatic, and Nicolas Cage seems to have a affinity for doing artsy type flicks occasionally, and I think that he's going to really give this role some flair. I love the Sin City vibes that I'm getting off of this, and you know, the dramatic shots and angles, and just, I'll definitely be watching it in black and white, but it's nice to know that they're giving an option of color. I mean, I'll probably watch it in that also just to see the difference. So they're going to get 2 watches out of me, which that's pretty tricky, you know, pretty tricky if you ask me. Special variant cover. We're going to have the foil edition. That's not really a big deal to me at all, honestly. I don't know how many episodes are going to be in this series. I'm imagining 8 or 9. That seems to be the magic number these days. Unfortunately, I miss the days of old series that went on for, you know, I mean, nowadays one season is worth like 1/3 of a season back in the day. So that's just something we have to deal with the costs of production and stuff, I suppose. Let's take a look at some of the scenes and see if we can figure anything out. The mood here, I'm just loving it. It's just really, really cool. They did Werewolf by Night like this, and I think it just creates a really enjoyable experience that's just a little different, you know? I mean, you can overdo things, but I think they're doing a good job. Yeah, this must be after he had gotten bitten, so he's starting to feel weird. Got the spider here in this jar. I wonder if in the colorized version, if they'll make that spider have a red and blue appearance like the Spider-Man spiders often do. Awesome alleyway shot, very reminiscent of Sin City with the ambush scene. Yeah, he's not... Apparently it didn't go easily for him in the early stages. We got some okay looking fight scenes, you know, couldn't really see a lot of action with it, but they look like they're going to be fun. Some of these shots are amazing. I mean, with the skyline in the background and the almost silhouette of him falling through the sky. Very cool. This crazy scene where he's screaming while this fire, it looks like a fire wrapped around him. And I can only assume that's from this guy who seems to be some kind of villain possibly, or just a guy who's got some powers and doesn't know how to deal with them. I don't know. We'll see. But speaking of powers, I noticed this. So with no power comes no responsibility. So, wow, that's the complete antithesis of Uncle Ben. So what does this mean? I mean, he does have powers, doesn't he? I don't know. Maybe he just wants to get rid of the powers. I don't know. I don't know what it means. Can't wait to find out, though. That looks like a different spider than the other one. This is how spiders act scene. I'm not sure who these characters are. You got this guy who seems to be a friend of his, and this woman who I think, I would imagine, is his secretary or assistant. A lot of times in these old detective movies, they had an assistant or a secretary. In my mind, when I see that these are part of the story, I'm imagining, I mean, maybe the whole thing isn't this. Maybe it breaks up into parts, but I would imagine that this seems like it's before he went to the Spider-Verse, because that version of him was much more...
Wherever I go, the wind follows.
...adapted to their powers and didn't seem to be, you know, going through the same stuff that Miles Morales went through when he was learning to become Spider-Man. We got to see some scenes of Spider-Noir swinging through the city, which is very cool. I mean, I guess, is this supposed to be 1930s? It looks like it's the 1930s. And it just looks so cool, him swinging through the city like this, in this suit. I mean, yeah, we saw it in the animated movie, but there's just something about seeing it in live action that makes it really cool. I think it looks like they did an okay job of doing the effect of the swinging. I mean, I'm sure in the show, when you get to see a little more, there's probably things that we might notice, but it looks pretty good for a television show budget. I try to keep those things in mind, and I certainly can grant them a little leeway for being a television show and not a full-blown production movie. However, Jeff Bezos does have the money, so cough it up, Jeff. I love that they're leaning into the full film noir motif. I don't know that they needed to do the color version also, but it's nice that they did, because there are some people out there who just won't watch a thing for any given number of minor reasons that really shouldn't matter. If you don't want to watch black and white movies, that's fine, I guess. But I think that's the way they wanted this to be presented, and that's the way I'm going to consume it at first. Here we get a little taste of what it's going to look like in color. I mean, it looks okay. It's all right, you know. I mean, story-wise, it should be the same, but, you know, it does set a nice mood. And in the movie, he was black and white, and I felt like that was sort of part of the joke of why he was so amazed at the Rubik's Cube and all its colors. Not just the puzzle aspect of it, but like this multicolored magical thing, you know? That kind of makes me feel like that joke won't come back, and because it wouldn't play at all in the color version. It wouldn't even make any sense. It would still be funny, but it just wouldn't have the same kick as it would if it was a completely black and white show, and then at some point near the end, he pulled out this crazy colored Rubik's Cube. That would be cool. So what do you think of this new show? Do you think it's going to be good? Do you think I'm obsessing too much over the Rubik's Cube? I really want to see that thing. Let me know what you think about the show in the comments, and have a great day, everybody.